When it comes to career decision, making a choice on which stream to follow is one of the biggest choices a student can ever do in his life, because it will basically change the course of his life forever. So, if you're deciding to pursue Union Public Service Commission exams or APSC exams, or maybe you are preparing for some state civil board, engineering, medical school exams, whatever it is, you need to be equipped with certain tools that are essential for succeeding and becoming a topper. Now, these techniques are mostly never taught to us in schools. We are taught this when we are trained by high level professionals at Lal Bahadur Shastri National Academy of Administration or in various other institutes like IIMs, where a very healthy balance between the effort that an individual puts in and the kind of output that they generate is related to each other. So, without further ado, let's get into the video. And here we are going to learn what are the techniques that civil servants, managers, and CEOs worldwide use to become efficient, effective, and at the same time maintaining the sanity of their minds. So, let's begin. Alright, so the first thing that we need to learn when we are preparing for any kind of examinations is that we need to be able to properly and adequately manage our time. Now, each of us has 24 hours in a day, but how we use those 24 hours is going to make all the difference when it comes to achieving something worthwhile in life. So, when we are managing our time, the first thing that we need to do is a little bit of self-analysis. This is not at all difficult. This is quite easy, in fact. All that you need to understand is to look at your day-to-day schedule and find out during which part of the day do I feel more active? Do I feel that the distractions around me are least, and where my brain and my body are working together to support my education? Now, some people, they study better in the morning, some people study better at nights, but I would always recommend that you train your mind and your body to work better in the morning. The reason is very, very simple, in fact. The reason is that your exam is going to be in the morning. Now, if you start to believe that you are a night owl, that you love to study at night, this will train your mind to work better after sunset. But your exams will be in the morning. So when you reach the examination center, your subconscious is going to be working against you. It will tell you that I'm not ready. And even if you are completely aware of all the questions, you are confident, but you are still going to make the mistakes. Those mistakes are going to cost you your career. And so what do? We train our minds. Now, if you strongly believe that, yes, I am still a night owl, let me ask you a simple question. Are you actually a night owl, or is it because today we have got mobile phones, we have got laptops, we have got internet, right? We have got electricity. And is it because of that that you have chosen to become a night owl? Most animals, including men, we do not function very well at night unless and until you are a nocturnal animal, which human beings are not. So we wake up with the first ray of the sunrise, we work throughout the day, and when the sun sets, we basically retire home, we go to bed, and we wake up again the next day. But we have trained our mind today to be more active. This is at night. But this is mostly due to the pressures from social media and because things are more easy at night. Now we have to train our minds to be better equipped while working during the day. To do this, you just have to wake up early. Once you start waking up early, every day you wake up 10 minutes before the time you're waking up right now. This will train your mind to work better. This will help you achieve more during the day. And you will find very easily that you are falling asleep at night. A good 6 to 7 hours of sleep is necessary for a student. And once you are getting adequate amount of sleep, you are waking up on time. Now comes the main part of your planning, the main preparation process. Here, we start to develop a schedule. We divide our entire day into a proper plan. Now, how do we do this? You don't have to sit with a pen and a chart paper and build rows and columns. No, you don't have to do this. This is the age of technology. This is the age of artificial intelligence. All you need to do is take the help of ChatGPT. Go to ChatGPT, write down that make me a day-to-day schedule. That schedule should have an 8 hour of study. It should have 2 hours of exercise. It should have at least 7 hours of sleep and have time set apart for my family and friends as well. You'll find the artificial intelligence engine will provide you with a proper schedule. Now use this schedule, use the table that ChatGPT is going to provide you and follow it accordingly. It's as simple as that. Make certain small changes to it to suit your own lifestyle. If ChatGPT says that you have to have breakfast at 7, but your class starts at 7, for example, then okay, you just have it a little bit early or maybe a little bit late. That's how you effectively and intelligently use technology to guide your success in life. The next thing we do is that we club our activities. Okay, so what is clubbing? Clubbing is a technique that is used by top performers where we divide our entire day into small chunks. Now these chunks may be 25 minutes, it may be 40 minutes. In these 25 to 40 minutes, you are going to concentrate fully on one task at hand. Not two, we don't do multitasking. We only look at one task only. Now, when we do that one task for 25 minutes, we take a 5-minute break. In that 5-minute break, we do some mundane activities that is necessary, like go for a walk, take a drink, go to the washroom, okay? And then 5 minutes back, we are back on the study table. Now, if you take a 40-minute study, like a slot, then you take a 10-minute break. After 40 minutes, a 10-minute break. In this 10 minutes, you go, you talk to your family members, you listen to maybe a song that you like, whatever it is, just to distract your mind and relax a bit. And then you come back. Now, what should you not do is also equally important during these during this 10-minute break. During this 10-minute break, you don't look at social media. No, it's going to eat up your time like anything. You don't go and look at music videos on YouTube, right? You don't do anything which makes the brain feel that this is more interesting and more important than the task at hand. This is what separates you from being a student to becoming a professional. A professional does what is necessary. He does his duty. A child does what he likes. So we don't want to be a child anymore. We want to be a professional. So when we want to transition, the first stage is that we start doing things which are necessary rather than things which are of our liking, which we love to do. For that, we have a separate time during the day. We have set up a different slot that during this time, okay, we can do things which is separate from our work. Now, this is the second technique. You do clubbing. For every 25 minutes, you take a 5-minute break. For 40 minutes, you take a 10-minute break. And accordingly, you set up your schedule. The next thing that you have to do is that you need to be able to revise. Revision. Remember this mantra. If you do not revise, you are going to fail. Okay? So if you want to succeed, if you want to make sure that what you are reading, what you are learning goes from your temporary memory to your permanent memory in a place where you can easily access it whenever you need. That is exactly at the time of your interview or when you're sitting in the examination hall, you need to revise. And how do we revise? We revise every day and also at the end of the week. Now, the proper way of doing it is that whenever you are studying, you make small notes. You need to have a small notebook. In that notebook, you give today's date. Under the date, you write down topic 1, topic 2, topic 3, maybe some subtopics. And after each of these topics and subtopics, you mark it down that, okay, these are the things we have done today. And once you do that, by the end of the day, just before bed, you look at those topics and you try to remember what are those things that I have studied today. At the end of the week, you study and you revise all the topics that you have done throughout the week. Now, this will show you the small gaps in your memory. When you start to revise that, okay, perhaps you have studied, say, for example, the Mughal Empire, and you can't remember the third Mughal emperor and what was his contribution. Now, that's a gap in your memory. So what do? You go back to those books, you go back to that chapter, to that particular paragraph, and you'll read that once again. So you set apart one day a week just for revision. Maybe it's a Saturday or a Sunday. You set it apart that this is the day we are only going to revise. No new information is going to come in on this particular day. We are just going to revise whatever we have done the other 6 days of the week. So once that phase of our education, of that phase of our preparation is complete, what do? We move on to the next new information in the next new week. When we move on to the next phase of information, we do not stop revising. So we have a daily revision, we have a weekly revision, and we also set apart at least 3 days a month, which is going to be our monthly revision. So we do these revisions every segment. We make sure that we are hitting our targets, the revision based targets. So this is a very important technique that we need to do. We have to get rid of the kind of teaching and the kind of learning that we have been used to throughout our lives, where the teachers told you, study this is your chapter, these are your questions which will come to your exam. We have to get rid of that. We have to stop thinking that we already know. We have to learn something new. And when we do it, your mind is going to give you all this wrong information. It will tell you, no, this is not what works. This is not my way of learning. That's your brain working against you. You have to understand that your brain is your friend, but at the same time, it is your greatest enemy. It's going to stop you from doing things which make you uncomfortable. We want to be in that zone where we are not very comfortable, because there lies growth. We grow only in those areas where we push ourselves a little further from our comfort level. And once we do that, we enjoy the benefits of added growth. So I want you to try these few techniques today, and you apply it for at least a month to see actual results. You can't just do it like for maybe an hour or maybe a day or a week and you come to a conclusion, oh, this is not working for me. No, that it doesn't. Human beings don't work that way. Machines might work that way, but even then, you need to be able to, you have to give yourself the time to adapt. You need to train your mind to adapt to that situation, to adapt to this new way of learning. And then you test yourself, which we will cover in the next video, that how do we test ourselves? How do we find out, is the process actually working or not? So thank you for watching this video. Hope you found it useful. If you did, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing to this channel. And I will see you in the next video with more information, more techniques, and more tricks to help you crack the exam that you are preparing for. Good night.